Hello, future developers. So, welcome to the continuation of our CSS program for our rating UI. So, now in our previous lesson, we worked on the container. Now, we want to work on the main. Remember, our elements are also inside our main. So, we have to style our main. So, I'm just going to type main. Okay. Then, let's give our main a color. Okay. So, the text, I'm going to use white. Okay. Remember, um, we don't have anything like font color. Okay, so you might mistaken like if you want color for your fonts, you might think you would have to type font color. No, just type color, that's fine. Okay, and then we want to use our display flex. So display flex. Okay, so flex, by default flex will put it in a row. So now we would want to make flex direction. So flex direction, we'll set it to column. Okay, so column. Okay, so column is going to put it in a vertical form, and then we are going to align everything. So justify content center, and then align items, use center. Okay, let's see. I didn't see this taking effect, so let me Control X and see what happens. Okay. So let me comment this out first. So let me just put. Okay, so I'll comment it out and then let's. Okay, so this is not going to be coded or read by our document or the web browser. Okay, and then let's do that for our star. So with our star, okay, remember we have our star here. This is this, a class star. Okay, so let's work on the star. So our container, I'm going to use dot star, whichever name you use, kindly use that. So let's use color. I'm going to give it a color of hash f c7613. Okay, and then we'll give it a background color of let's see, let's use hash 4d 637d. Okay, so still nothing showing, so we would have to do that in our class, or let me see, background color. Okay, so margin, let's work on the margin. So margin top, I'll give it a margin top of 30 px, so 30 px. Okay, so it's going to appear here, and then margin bottom, let's use 60 px. Okay, so okay, now let's set our width. Okay, so the width of our container would give it a value of 30 pixels. And then we'll set our height also to 30. Okay, so you can see it's now our container is being displayed, because if so we could have done this first before following this. Okay, now let's work on let's try justify content. So justify, or better still, let's display. Okay, so we need to display flex first, display flex, and then justify content. Let's use center. Then align items, we use center. And I'm going to give it a border radius. So we want to round in this, okay, we want to make it round. So let's use border radius. Then I'll set our border radius to 100%. Okay, so it's rounding. Okay. Okay, so my internet, so I need to connect so that the icon would show. So a moment. Okay, so my internet, I seem to be getting some internet issues, but this is what we should get. Okay, remember our code, we gave a code. We gave our the color for icon this. Okay, so our icon should take this orange color. Okay, so let's proceed. So now let's work on the should we use the submit button? Okay, let's work on our h1. So our h1 is going to be this. So how did we do? So our h1, I'm going to use type h1 curly braces. Then I'm going to use font size. I'll use larger. And then margin, let's give it some margin bottom. A margin bottom of let's use 30px, so 30px. Okay, so 30 pixels for our margin here. Now let's work on the h4 tag. So our h4, which is going to be this one. Okay, that's, please let us know. We are going to give it a font size. Let's just copy this, paste it here. We don't need a margin. The font size, I'm going to do 18px. And then I'll set the font width to, let's use 100. Okay, so you can see it's changed, the thickness has changed. Then we'll set the color to hash, let's use this. Okay, now terminate it. And then now let's use text align. I'm going to use justify. And then let's do line height. So line height of 1.4 em. Okay, so a line height of 1.4 em. Let's take it out and let's see. Control X and let's see what happens. You can see they are close together, but when I bring the line height, the spacing becomes more. Or let's try 5 em. Okay, so you can see line height. Okay, 1.4 is okay. So that will be it for our h1 and then h4 tag. And then for the styling of our star, I'll see you in the next lesson. Okay, thank you.